Guys, so we have a pretty hectic start to our day. We started at 11:45. As soon as I got on, my very first order, and my phone was glitching to make it worse, I saw a flash and it said $59. I said, 59? It's a lot of money, man. So I literally was trying to click on it, and it wouldn't work. Open the app, close the app, open the app, close the app. Eventually, I got it to work, so I didn't take a screenshot, but $59 for street leave. The only weird part was that the pickup time had the same time as the drop-off time. So they gave me the order at 11:45, right? And I had to pick it up at 12:45, a whole other hour. And then it said that I needed to be there at 12:45. So I was like, this makes no sense. Anyway, so I park. You know, this is where the bad part of the story starts. I park. I get there. They're like, we're working on it. And you can just see the little clusterfuck of people. Like, one person knew what they were doing, but the other people didn't know what they were doing. And then they gave half the food to somebody else. And then they got busy inside. In the end, I finally got all my food. And when I was about to leave, the little parking thing, it's like, oh, you have to pay $5. And I was like, I'm not paying $5. Like, I've been here for like 15-20 minutes tops. And they have like a 30-minute grace period. So I'm like, okay. So then I called the little, like, you know, help number or help desk or whatever in the intercom system. And the girl was like, yeah, you need to back up and either like get it validated or just pay for it. And I was like, the lady told me that it was validated. So I was like, okay. So anyways, she didn't really help me at all. So I just hang up and I called again. And it was somebody else, a different person, someone with a brain, thankfully. So they were able to help me. And they were like, oh yeah, no, sorry about that, it's all good. And then they just buzzed me in or buzzed me out, whatever, and I left. So now we're about 5 minutes away from the drop-off. Curious to see. Hopefully I'll get the on-time pay. But anyways, we'll see you guys in a minute. Everything was cool. Then I did one Chipotle order that I also forgot to take a screenshot. And then my dash ended because I couldn't schedule like I normally do. So I did 12 to 1, 1:30 to 3, 3:30 to 5 or to 8, I think. So our first dash technically ended, but hey, pretty good, $69. That's not bad for 2 orders. Right now it's 1:02, so we're just gonna chill for the next 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. I mean, I do have the GrubHub going, so hopefully we can get an order in that. But if not, I mean, $70 basically for 1 hour. I mean, can't complain. We got lucky with that order. We're in our second dash now, like the second shift. I've already done 1 order. This is my second one right here. I took a screenshot, $7.50 from Noodles & Company. Decent amount of items, which is why I took it. You know, honestly, it's been pretty slow, so I just saw that it was a high amount of items from a restaurant that's always ready. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get that picked up. When I accepted the order, like when I picked it up, it had notes, right, on the instructions, and then they went away. And then it just said leave a door. So I think what he was probably doing was giving me directions on how to get to his house. Because low key, man, that place is confusing. Like it goes from, like example, 2350, and the next row it's like 2380. Like, you know, huge gap. But anyways, Google Maps, it actually tells you exactly how to get there. It's a little bit of walking, but that's okay. So now we're sitting at $85 for both dashes combined. I haven't done any GrubHub orders yet. I've gotten a few that I wish I could have done, but I was either stuck doing another delivery, or they just didn't make sense because they were going too far. But anyhow, it's 2 o'clock, so I think we're doing okay. We started at noon, so I think when you put it in that perspective, it's pretty good. You know what that means, slow time. So hopefully I can get at least another order in from 2 to 3, maybe 2, to keep it going. Hopefully hit $100 for the whole day. But it's not looking likely. It's pretty slow. It's crazy how slow it's been, and this is with me getting super lucky and getting this high like catering type orders at the beginning of my shifts. If not, I'd be like hella screwed. So yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about 250 for the whole day because I highly doubt it. So we're just gonna keep it real and just say 200 or maybe 150. Hopefully things get better. I'm taking a phone call and I forgot to screenshot. It's my first stack or double order, whatever you want to call it, from GrubHub, showing like $15. I think mileage altogether is probably like 3 or 4 miles. It is still kind of hard to see the miles. But anyways, got the first one dropped off. It was going to a dentist. But it was weird because the person that bought it, like it wasn't for him. He was like, hey, it's for so-and-so at the dentist place. So she was kind of like, what? I didn't order anything. But then she was like, oh, okay, that's my boyfriend or whatever. So there you go. So now we're about 5 minutes away from the second drop off. It is currently 2:39. It took us like 30 minutes to get a decent order. I just kept getting 475s, 325s, and you know, as much as I'm a proponent of taking smart orders and keeping the cash flow going, it is not smart to take a 375 order. You know, you're gonna put miles and wear on an order that's clearly not paying you anything. So anyhow, yeah, like I said, we're about 5 minutes away. There's a lot of construction on major roads here for whatever reason. I got into it with one of these guys because he yelled at me. He's like, "Yo, slow down." And I said, "Hey, bro, no one can even see you. Like, you come around a corner, and then you're just there, like magically." Like, I was like, "Why don't you stand before the turn so people can see you?" You know? And I was like, "No one's gonna see you because literally, like, you're like in a blind spot where people are making a turn." So he was just dumb. Anyways, I'm not saying road rage's a thing, but I felt the blood boiling a little bit when he was like yelling at me to slow down. Like, first of all, I'm not even going fast. My car is not capable of going fast. It's basically a glorified Prius. Shout out to Lexus for making it. But yeah, so see you guys in the garage. We don't know what that means. It's slow. But anyhow, we just dropped off the GrubHub orders. We're sitting at $100 for the whole, the whole shift GrubHub mix. So that's pretty good. Halfway through our goal of $200. It is almost 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. my dash ends. My next one's not till 3:30. So there's a 30-minute gap. But I can always start at 3:15. But I'm honestly just going to take 30 minutes to take a quick little nap. It's pretty slow anyways. I'm going to leave the GrubHub app running in case I get an order. Which, hopefully it happens. But I'm just more worried about dinner. I'm hoping it's busy because yesterday it was not busy. And lunch wasn't that busy today either. So hopefully it all works out. Pretty interesting turn of events the last 5 minutes. So I took a GrubHub order, $11.38, maybe 3 to 4 miles. I get to the restaurant. They just started doing it. So I was like, you know what? It's slow. Wait for it. Whatever. I went to the bathroom. When I'm coming out of the bathroom, I hear the little DoorDash going off. And it's what I'm thinking is a huge order. I think I took a screenshot. It's showing $6.25, 19 items from this like bento house place. So I'm gonna go ahead and risk it, and I just unassigned the GrubHub order, and I'm gonna go pick this one up. If I'm not mistaken, I know this customer's name, and I think it's him based on the map. Also, he always tips really, really well, and they're always ordering a lot of food every day. So I don't know if the homie's just hosting parties every day or whatever it is. But we're about 3 minutes from the pickup. I'm hoping that it's ready. Even if it's not, I'd rather wait for that because I can see, when you can see people moving, like in this restaurant that I'm going to, even if, sorry for the whole glare, in this restaurant where I'm going to, even if they say the food's not ready, I can literally see the guys in the back, like busting their ass making the food. At the other place, it's kind of like the opposite, like you don't really see anyone at all. So for all I know, there's like nobody working on that order. I know it sounds kind of petty, but it is what it is, I guess. So hopefully this order's ready and hopefully the gamble pays off. Just dropped it off. It ended up being $25. So our gamble paid off. Do I feel bad about dropping the other order? I mean, yes, in the sense of I wish I could have done both. But there was no way because they were going opposite directions. And the food wasn't ready for that one when it was ready for this one. So it is what it is. But not a bad way to start our last dash. That's going from 3 to 7:30. So now we have $25.25 in that dash. So that's pretty good. Let's hopefully we can keep that going. Guys, we are back in the road. Look at the order we took. Now, would I normally take this order? No. $7.75, 4 miles, 1 item, right? But that's when it got me thinking. I was like, $7.75, 75 cents. I looked at the item, and if you look at the item, it is a family meal for 4 with a $138 subtotal. I mean, you don't see the subtotal until after you accept it. But when I saw a family meal, I accepted it. So now I got the order all picked up. We're 4 minutes away. Hopefully my intuition is correct, and hopefully it'll be something in the 20s. We never know, or maybe at least the teens. But I'm telling you, you have to always be aware. Like, I mean, I get it. The widget only works if you have an Android, but if you have an Android and you don't use the widget, then you need to. And by the widget, I mean, when you can minimize it, you can see the items and what they are. Now, back in the day when DoorDash was a little more transparent, you could actually see the subtotal, so that would be even more info that you could use to make a decision like this. Now you don't see it until after you accept it. Then you can see the subtotal, which is totally not cool. But anyways, you know, that's one of the tools that I use. I looked at the delivery time, you know, also, because it was, when I got the order, it was like 4 o'clock. So pickup's not till like 4:20, and then drop off at 4:40. But obviously it's slow right now, so when I got there, the food was basically ready, and it's only 4:25 right now, and I'm like 2 minutes away. So not only are we gonna deliver this in like 20 minutes instead of the 40 that they quoted me for, but we're basically almost already done, and we can make our way back towards the town center by 5 or 4:30, 4:35-ish. I'm really hoping the gamble pays off, and we're about to find out. Dropped off, and bam, we were right. $25 tip, ended up being like $27 with the crappy base pay, but that's okay. So then we're gonna make our way back towards the town center. So yeah, you know, whenever you see an order, just on the surface, it could be kind of bad, but you know, you gotta look right below it. And it worked out for us. The last two orders have been pretty big. I've been getting lucky with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hear and tell you that, oh, you know, this is how you make $200 a day, because this is really not. You know, ideally, obviously, a couple of big orders help, but most of the time you kind of have to grind for it. Take a lot of smaller orders here and there. Hey, I'm all for doing a bunch of big ones, and then you call it a day. But realistically, that's not gonna happen every day. You know what I mean? So, but I guess it was a good practice. You know, I used what I knew, meaning the 75 part that I've seen on bigger orders, and then I looked at the delivery time, and then I looked at the items, the contents, you know. And obviously the 4 miles, it wasn't that bad. Like if it would have shown 775 and it had like 15 miles or 10 miles or even like 7 miles, I probably wouldn't have done it. Because then at that point, there's a greater risk of like you not getting anything, you know. I feel like if they have those kind of miles, I feel like they wouldn't show it as a 775. I feel like they would show it as a 1225, 1150, something like that. You know, whatever games DoorDash likes to play. You guys all know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, it's 4:30. We're sitting at $53 for this dash. We started about at 3:30. So in theory and on paper, it looks like we had a great hour, you know, and a half or whatever. But in reality, it's just been really slow, and the two orders that we did take ended up paying a lot. I got another order. It's been forever from Potbelly. I'm pretty sure I took a screenshot. If not, that sucks. But it's only showing 625, like 2.4 miles. I've been to this lady before plenty of times. I'm pretty sure there'll be a small over tip. That's fine. She's only getting like 2 little subs anyways. It is 4:57. Let's get this dropped off. It is 5:45 in the afternoon. We're sitting at $167 with the Dash and GrubHub combined. So I think 200 is still a pretty attainable goal by 7:30. It's been super slow. And honestly, it's made me lazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's made me lazy to record. It's made me lazy to take screenshots. So apologies to you guys. It's gonna be maybe like a crappy video or a short video or maybe both. I don't even know. But yeah, so right now we're still sitting, like I said, $167. I haven't even gotten anything in a while, not even trash. But yeah, so hopefully next time you see me, we're in our order. Currently doing what I'm thinking is our last order, GrubHub order, paying almost 15 bucks, like 2 or 3 miles at the most. It's been super dead. After this, it'll be like 7:10. I'll keep it on, but I doubt I'll get an order before 7:15 because I'm only going till about 7:30. So I think we'll finish just shy of $200. I think all things considered, it's not too bad. But it's just been a huge letdown this week compared to last week of just the volume and the quality of orders. Anyways, guys, we'll see you next time.